Hello, and welcome to my latest video. It is Pride Month, so again, happy Pride Month to everyone that is celebrating, and anyone that's not celebrating and doesn't like it, hope you have a really awkward and uncomfortable month. If you're not here for the LGBT plus community, this is not the channel for you. Bye bye. And now that we've got that over with, today is another flower pour, and it is the Pansexual Pride flag colours. So the last flower that I did was Bisexual Pride, and that was on a white base. The Pansexual Pride, the colours I think just are going to pop off on the black base. Well, I don't think, I know because I'm doing the voiceover afterwards. The colours of the Pansexual Pride flag are pink, cyan and yellow. They represent male, female and non-binary identifying people. And pansexuality is attraction to others not based on their gender or sexuality. You are just attracted to the individual, and the gender and sexuality, that just is part of the fun stuff that you just deal with as part of being attracted to and going out with or engaging with that person. The flag was adopted in or around 2010. It came off a Tumblr post, apparently, and was created by Jasper V. This flag was designed to differentiate pansexuality from bisexuality. Pansexuality and bisexuality are often seen as two sides of the same coin. Some bisexual people will argue that pansexuality doesn't need to exist because bisexuality covers it. Some pansexual people will say that bisexuality feels like it's more a bit of a binary option where you're only attracted to two genders, whereas pansexuality can cover more. It really is a choice of the person as to how they identify. So as with the flower pours, and you'll see through this how the flower pours have developed a little bit. I'm putting the colours down on the base. I have done a white for everything to sit in to start off with, and you do then just have the blobs of colour with some white in there to create some highlights. And I've laid the colours in different ways, so you'll get different colours coming through at different parts of the flower pour as it comes through. I will be doing, as I do now for these generally, I do the base blowout where you get the base colours mixed in, and then I assess how the composition looks, and I will put more colour in on top so you get the areas with the different colours properly flowing through. And then there will be some green in this, but that is just the kind of stalk of the flower, because I want this was designed very much to be an abstract flower, but in the colours of the Pansexual Pride flag. I hope you are all enjoying Pride Month. It is a scary Pride season for a lot of folks, because we're under attack now more than we have been for a long time. Particularly our brothers, sisters and trans siblings and siblings in the trans community. But in all of the communities at the moment where things were going forward, they seem to now be heading backwards, and that's not a comfortable place to be in. but we've made progress. We will always continue to make progress. We will always go forward. Sometimes things set us back, particularly with far-right governments and far-right extremists causing problems everywhere, but we will get there. When I started coming out, the age of consent in the UK was 18. That changed. We didn't have gay marriage. We now do. It's a slow process. It's painfully slow. But we will get there. I've run a Pride myself for a good few years. When I started, it was easier. Things weren't as bad as they've got now. But it's the way of the world, unfortunately. But life will get better. There will be a bright dawn. There will be a brighter dawn for us. So, yeah. So as you can see on this, I've blown out the main design, and you can see some of the colours are popping through, but there is a lot of white in there. I'm not quite happy with that. So I've got the variant, and this is a bit where I've got 6 blobs of colour, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting all of the colours on all of the sides that I need. So it is a bit of a process, and sometimes I put a bit more colour in, then some more, then a little bit more. The white bit at the top there, my work area isn't exactly level all of the time, and I didn't want the design to flow over the side, so I've left that bit as bare-ish canvas just to give me a chance of having the design come out as I want. So I've got the various petals of the flowers coming out there, and I'm now dragging them in so it's kind of comes into a whirlpool in the middle. It's a fairly standard feature of my flower designs, to be honest, and is the bit that I spend most of the time fiddling with. But I like how this has turned out. It's all of the colours in there. It's a loud, abstract, maximalist piece of art, very much in my style. And so anyone will be able to see that it's my piece of art. That is a pearl green going in for the stalk, just because on the black background the pearl colours work really well, but I did also want some actual green paint in there as well, so I'm now going to come in a moment with the airbrush. No paint in there, it just creates a controlled jet of air that I can use to blow the colour out slightly so it feels a bit more wispy. This goes very thick and wispy, so has quite a bit of editing done over the next couple of minutes of the video, and a little bit off camera as well afterwards, just to try and make it look a bit more like a flower stalk. A flower stalk. Stalk of a flower. Stalk of a flower, I think. I can English good, honest. But yeah, just look at that. It is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Coming in and doing what I always do at the end, which is to finger paint in the black as much as I can, coming up to the edge of the colour. The reason why I finger paint over that bit is it will create a thinner layer of paint, so will dry quicker, which will mean that part of the design is less likely to fall off. And as you can see, canvas was not particularly level there, so I've tilted the paint back so it's headed back towards where I want it on the canvas, and put a couple of mixing stirrer sticks underneath just to balance the canvas out. And I'm just stood there looking at the piece, seeing if I still like the design, if there's anything else that I want to do to it or with it, and yeah, and umming and ahhing whether I'm going to use the soap spray on it. I'm putting the light on it. The reason why I do this is I have basically analog static as my eyesight, so it's kind of a snowy field of view. So I don't do particularly well in bright light, and sometimes I need to have the light directly on the canvas to be able to properly see the details. So yeah, that's just what that is. I'm actually going to pause this here, and I think there is a filter on my video editing software that can show you kind of how I see the world. I got the filters to work, so it's a mix of the way I see the world. It's a mix of all of these effects that are playing on your screen now. So to counter it, sometimes I just have to put the direct light on the piece. But thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and come back in a couple of days to see the next video. Bye bye.